Don Bassett back here. Today's video is going to be 5 common questions that I get asked regarding insurance claims, generally regarding roof claims, but it can be a roof claim, water claim, fire claim, whatever you got insurance claim related. Okay, first question, deductible. Does your deductible have to be paid? The answer is yes. It's a state law here in Texas. The deductible has to be paid by the homeowner, and any other tactic that anybody tells you that they can do to waive it, cover it, rebate it, give you a big screen TV back, whatever they're doing is illegal, and I'll tell you what can happen here in a second. You file a claim. The insurance claim is made in 2 payments. The first payment is made after your deductible has been subtracted and after your depreciation has been pulled out. I'll talk about depreciation in a second. So you get an initial check, less your deductible, get an estimate, do the work, turn in your final invoice, and as long as that invoice equals or exceeds your insurance claim amount, you're entitled to recover the recoverable depreciation. But some carriers are actually requiring proof of your deductible payment to be shown or presented to them before they release that recoverable depreciation. So in that scenario, if somebody's told you that they can cover it and you don't have a paid canceled check, they want to see a canceled check, both sides, front and back, then you're going to be in trouble and you're going to be mad at your contractor, whoever told you that. So that covers the deductible question. Second question is, will my insurance rate go up from filing a claim? On a typical wind or hailstorm claim, the answer is yes and no. Yes, your rates are going to go up because the whole region, the whole zip code, the whole neighborhood, wherever the territory is covered by your carrier, they all have typically zip codes. So if 80% of the roofs in your zip code are getting replaced, then your rates are going to go up whether your roof gets replaced or not. So you filing a claim individually for your roof, no, that does not cause your rate to go up. It's a collective total of everybody's rate, everybody's claim, that affects the rates, because suddenly the carriers have paid out thousands of claims in a small zip code or in a zip code that they had to recoup, so they raise everybody's rates collectively, again, whether they were hit by the hail or not. Question number 3 goes back to the depreciation question. Yes, that's typically called recoverable depreciation. As long as you have a replacement coverage policy, the depreciation is technically hold aside or set aside money that they hold back until the job's complete. You turn in your invoice and show the same scope of work with the same amount, or it can exceed the amount of the adjuster's claim. If you do some ventilation upgrades or do some class 4 impact resistant upgrades, they don't pay for that, but they'll see that you paid the amount that they allowed, and at that point they will release the recoverable depreciation. So you pay your deductible, you pay any upgrades, and that should be the only out-of-pocket money cost that you'll have. Next question. I've got my adjuster's estimate here, but I've got your estimate over here, and his is a lot lower than yours is. Why is that? Well, first off, it's not a price issue. It's never a price issue. They'll try to couch it as a price issue. It's not a price issue because we already use the exact same software called Xactimate that the carriers use. So I already agreed to their pricing by using the exact same software, which has the exact same pricing and is called Xactimate. That's what it's called. So when there's a difference in my total estimate price versus the adjuster's total estimate price, it's always going to be a line item issue, a quantity issue, or something that they've just omitted that's on your roof, should be replaced, and for some reason they either missed it or they've been directed to not include certain things, which is starting to happen. I'm saying it, that they're told not to include certain things, but nobody's telling me that. It's on your roof, I include it, therefore it should be included in your claim. Number 5, when you get your check from your insurance company. It's typically made out to you, the homeowner, your wife, or whoever's on the deed. And if there's a mortgage on the house, on the property, your mortgage company will be added as an endorsee. So before you can get the job started or pay for the project, you need to get this check endorsed by your mortgage company. And I always recommend to never sign the check first. Call your mortgage company, find out what are their policies to sign the check, send it back to you as quick as possible. You don't want to sign it like sometimes they'll ask you to do. Send it to them. At that point, you sign it, send it to them, they stamp it. Where does it go? Into their escrow account, slush fund account, I call it. It's not a good deal for the homeowner, so you want to make sure that you send it to them unsigned and request that they send it back to you as quick as possible. I even sometimes, when I'm helping somebody, we just helped an elderly customer in Grand Prairie in a big water claim. We went over and bought a FedEx self-addressed stamped envelope, put it in the envelope that we sent to them, so it made it easy for them to send it back to her as quick as possible. And why is it important to not endorse it and give it to them? Well, it's simple math. Think about it. Any any mortgage company at any given time may have 1,500 claims across the country. And if you just take an average claim amount of, say, $15,000, which is a reasonable number, some are more, some are less, but let's just say it's 15,000 just to do simple math. Well, if they've got 1,500 claims and they take in $15,000, that's $22,500,000 at any given time they're setting aside in their escrow account. So what incentive do you think it is for them to quickly send that money back to you? No, they want to sit on as long as they can, and they'll use several tactics as to why it's taking longer than it should. So never endorse the check. Send it to them. Ask what their policies are. Do you need my adjuster's claim? Do you need my contractor's estimate? What do you need from me in order to endorse my check, send it back to me so we can get the project done? So those are the top 5 questions I usually get. Hopefully they help you, and I'll see you next time.